You're welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be looking at the effectiveness of the BUBU policy. What has the BUBU policy done to see that it achieves its objectives? The first thing is that the government has put in place deliberate actions to develop the textile industry. And this is in terms of giving government contracts and so far to textile manufacturers. For example, the Nanja Textiles and then the Fine Spinners have won lucrative contracts to supply uniforms and footwears to public offices and agents like the army, police, and schools, and this has increased on the supply and consumption of the local goods and services, and this has been as a result of the BUBU policy. Then another one is developing supermarket regulations. In order to increase the demand and supply of domestic products, the Ministry of Trade and Cooperatives is developing supermarket regulations with a view of increasing the shelf space of locally produced products in supermarkets. For example, they want 80% of the goods that are sold in supermarkets to be locally produced. And another one is that the government has established a directorate to enhance the capacity of micro, small, and medium enterprises through the provision of business support services, and this enhances their participation in domestic trade, which supports the BUBU policy. So they are providing business support services, for example, loans, and at a low interest with a longer grace period, which enhances their participation in domestic trade as a result of the BUBU policy. Another way is that enhancing the capacity of local companies to produce and supply goods and services that meet the required quality and standards. And this has been done through ensuring conformity and compliance to standards, in which the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, UNBS, gives technical guidance to producers and traders so they produce something of quality, which increases their consumption both locally and internationally. And lastly is increasing the capacity of the domestic sector to supply huge infrastructure projects instead of them importing both the workers and the materials to be used in big infrastructure projects. For example, the construction of dams, railway lanes, highway roads,